What's up, guys? We have another exciting video for this week. We're gonna continue the metal work on the Porsche 928 widebody, and also we're gonna install brand new coilovers, so stick around. This is gonna be a good one. Yeah! So in the last video, I made this quarter panel intake that kind of ties this all together. Now, it's not completely finished out, but we now have a nice flow from the center rocker back to the dogleg right here, and that's gonna be done for now until we're ready to move forward with that. So up front now, I need to do the same thing. So the idea is to have any air that is trapped in the front wheel well be able to flow out the backside nice and seamlessly, and then down the side of the car. So currently, there's just a giant air gap here. It's not efficient, it's not nice. And we also have two dissimilar metals. We have the aluminum fender and a steel rocker panel, and the rest of the car back here is steel as well. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to figure out how this will blend with this, because obviously I cannot weld them together, nor do I want to because the fender should be removable. So we're gonna figure out how to lap this together in a nice way that can be removable later, and also sort out the nice transition between here to here, because again, there's nothing there right now, it is not efficient, and it looks ugly. Mark my new lines. Here's the brake line, and here's the new edge to actually mate up to that. Trim that. Do a new brake line. I'm gonna let that be for now. There's a kink here I gotta work out. But this is a kink shaming free zone. You can put that up with the screen and flashing lights. You can put that up with the screen and some flashing lights, Logan. You can put that up with the screen and some flashing lights, Logan. It's a kink free. I give up. Yeah. So there's two things. One, man, we break him every time. Disarm him. That's cheating. Anyway, there's a more serious reason I got you over here. This is what I'm thinking for the inside.
Right.
Does that work? Does that track what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Look from the front too, because I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I just want to make sure that we were on the same page. Like that-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You like that question I had. I had different ideas. This flange here on the end. Check out the bin here of pointy things to find for scrap. Oh, look! It's Will's shield. Remember this, Logan? This is an artifact.
It's pretty good. I just have to not hit your fingers or I'll
Hey,
slice them off.
Like, it's pretty good! Probably hangs on the wall.
That is.
And this might work. This one's gonna be fun. So I'm making a flange piece for the inside edge, the back side of the fender here, and then this piece separate, so then I can just slap them together, scribe them, cut them, butt weld them, be done with it. Yeah, look at that, just like that. Apparently I flanged it up too high though. Thankfully it's aluminum, I can just bend it in my hand. I really want the inside of this to look nice and smooth. We're gonna look through the vents and it just like looks nice and finished. This is the magic juice right here. Read it. For anybody asks in the comments what I'm using. This is really hard to describe. So the whole point of me using this bluing is so that I can get a much cleaner scribe line to cut and weld this than I would be able to with like a Sharpie or Inksol, because look how skinny that line is. I just trim it back till I hit the edge of that line. Then I'll have a no gap weld, which is what you want on these big jobs. Logan's gonna murder me soon. When you weld something, so you're literally melting this material, right? And then as it cools, it shrinks because it pulls into itself. So it's important in my method anyway, I go through and I tack the whole way through, and then I hammer and dolly it to stretch it back to where it wants to be. So then I can do one solid bead from end to end. So then afterwards, I can planish it, which is hammer and dollying it or using a planishing hammer. I can buzz in a straight line across here again in a consistent motion rather than jumping around, which will cause twisting. And that, doing it in a consistent manner like that will cause this to actually straighten out much easier. I know a lot of people have been taught and use the method of jumping around, which can work and it's not a bad thing to do, but I prefer much more to do a solid bead as possible from one end to the other. That ensures that you get a cleaner weld. It doesn't look pretty, you don't have to have like perfect dabs or cup walk or whatever, that's excessive heat. You wanna move quick and get good penetration as quickly as possible. Air goes through here.
Yep.
You go.
If the X-wing can fly there, then air
Runs down the side of the car into the Clico.
Wait. Do you want me to do that?
No. Swirls around and kicks up behind here. And back out here. X-wing sounds included.
You may say the X-wing wasn't designed to fly through the air, but I would say they did. They flew through the planet's atmosphere on their way to outer space.
They are quite resilient, aren't they? It's time for coilovers. Oh my God, my clay! Logan, what have you done? So anyway, we're gonna put the coilovers on. Let's go over to the other shop and get some tools. Look at that. Luis got the inside of that all nice and blue now. That's a nice color. There we go. Ow, my hands, they hurt. No. Oop, oop, try that. There you go. That's good. He did it, guys! Logan, you lost your socket.
Yeah, it's actually a little worse than that.
What did you do? You cracked the headlight.
Ryan, stop.
I gotta get Tony, hang on.
It's,
I mean, and I think the real culprit was this socket, not him, but
We're blaming an inanimate object.
It was all
Perfect.
him.
Logan does get the pass though because he is the camera guy. He's not a technician, and he didn't know any better. He legitimately didn't know any better.
Yeah, if I would have thought about it a little more, I wouldn't.
If we were gonna learn, it's good to learn on a headlight we were replacing anyway.
I knew we were replacing.
Yeah, we're replacing the headlight. So we're out like the $20 from eBay we could have gotten for trying to sell this headlight after the fact.
Yep.
Careful, 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 SpongeBob, careful, SpongeBob.
There we go.
Watching you.
Whoa!
I want to talk a little bit about the weird control arm setup and strut setup on this car. So the rear end of this, I believe they call it the Y-sock control arm. So like it looks like there's just a nut here and you know there's a stud, you get to slide it off. That's not the case. There's actually a rod that runs the whole way through the control arm and with a nut on either end. And according to the book, we have the OEM manual. You're supposed to put 2 nuts on this end to counterhold this side, remove the nut on that end, slide the rod out, and then juggle the 8 pieces to the inside, just switch it, and then put it back together. When I put together the other side, I learned that that is a lot of work, and it is kind of a pain because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 washers, plus your rod, your strut, your knuckle, and then both ends of the control arm that all have to be aligned appropriately for it to slide together. It's a complicated procedure, and I was not aware. I actually have not replaced the rear strut on a 928 before. So, we're all learning together today. There we go. Okay, so what's next on the list of things to do in this video is to cut the wheel arch so we can actually fit the wheels inside here to see how it looks on the ground now with the coilovers on. So I'm gonna remove the quarter panel here and I'm gonna lop this out, just roughly for now. If you've wondered at any point during this build if we're going to just kind of lap this over the original sheet metal, we're not. I'm going to be welding this all together with nice butt welds, not lap welds, and then butt welding it to the car itself. And to do that, I'll be removing the entire quarter panel and whatnot, but for now, I'm just gonna cut an arch out so we have enough room for the wheels. It's a mustache. It's happening.
I'm excited to see it on its wheels, close to its actual ride height that we expect to see it finished.
Yeah.
With metal fenders and the wheels filling them out. This is awesome.
It is awesome. And you know what else is awesome? You guys for watching this video yet again and engaging with us and sharing your stuff around because we've been growing a lot lately and we really appreciate it. I think we were at 18.5 right now and 2 weeks ago we were at like 14,000 or maybe a little less, so.
That is awesome.
That is really awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. We'll catch you guys next week and we love you.